Well, hello and welcome to my podcast, 3 Minutes, 3 Games, where we look at three key happenings across the world of sport in a matter of 3 minutes. This is the host, Rishabh Kalia, bringing you episode number 3. Well, we start off with the Australian Open, where we are 8 days into the action. And for me, till now, the standout game has been the second round match between Nick Kyrgios of Australia and Danil Medvedev. Remember, Danil Medvedev is the second seed for this event and now the top seed after Djokovic withdrew. And it was as much as a game of contrasting personalities as you can expect. Kyrgios being the maverick, the home favorite, one known to throw tantrums, while Medvedev is someone who's just consistent and cool and keeps going about his business. Uh, Before this game, Kyrgios had never lost to Medvedev, but that was not the case today. Uh, Kyrgios had a brilliant game, but could not sustain it throughout the match. Well, Medvedev kept fighting for winners throughout. It was quite a sight to see Kyrgios fighting with the umpire and then coming back and firing aces back to back, and then again losing his cool. And it was a crazy game. And after the pandemic, it's always been interesting to see such a loud crowd at Melbourne and cheering him on, while the winners of Medvedev just saw huge silence and boos around the ground. So that was a very partisan crowd, but Medvedev prevailed there. The quarterfinals now start tomorrow. At 8:30 a.m. we have the first game, first quarterfinal between Rafael Nadal and Denis Shapovalov. Shapovalov. Well, I still don't know how to pronounce it. I mean, there's a link in the description box where Shapovalov himself tells you how to pronounce Denis Shapovalov. Anyways, coming back to the game, Nadal I think would hold slight advantage here, having played 3 hours lesser than Shapovalov. He's just dropped one set. He's played 10 hours on the court while Shapovalov has had 13 hours. But he has had a great game. He defeated Alexander Zverev, the third seed in the fourth round, and that two in straight sets. Zverev, I mean, agreed he was not in his flow and he was not at all playing at a good level. But kudos to Shapovalov for making that win in 3 sets. He should be dangerous for Nadal. Nadal, remember, he's a 2009 champion, but of course he hasn't been able to win since that. He's played 4 finals, but not succeeded post that. I would back Nadal to win in four, but it should be an interesting matchup. He himself has been, in fact, coming off a fourth round win against Manarino, where this first set tiebreak itself lasted 28 minutes, the longest ever tiebreak that Nadal has played. And the first set itself was 81 minutes. That was an interesting game. I mean, Manarino just ran out of steam because he had played a long, long match before that. On Friday night, he had played late into the night, and his press conference, in fact, started at 3:20 a.m. So imagine coming on a Sunday to play his next match, and that too against Rafael Nadal. I mean, you can expect, some fire to come his way. So he did play well, Manarino, in the first set, sustained, matched Nadal blow by blow, but could not take it to the second and third set. So this one starts tomorrow and should be an interesting one. I think the only quarterfinal matchup where we could see some sort of a upset happening. As a Nadal fan, I hope it doesn't happen. Well, moving on to cricket and to women's ashes. This week, women's ashes started, which is a slightly different format than the men's ashes, which is simply a test series. This one is a multi-format one where you have three T20Is, three ODIs, and one 4-day test match. The T20s and ODIs have 2 point weightage, while the test match has 4 points weightage. So the all cumulative, I mean, you decide a series winner. Australia continued their dominance here as well. In the first T20I, they won by 9 wickets, so to say, and with 3 overs to spare. Uh, Tahlia McGrath was the star for them. No, she's not related to Glenn McGrath. McGraw, in fact, in Australian cricket seems to be as common a surname as Agarwal in the Indian CF fraternity. Yeah, so coming back to the game, she had a huge responsibility on her because she was kind of, replacing Elise Perry. Elise Perry was dropped for the first time from the Australian team. And for those who know her, she's been the biggest player for Australia, and one of the best players across the world in women's cricket, and an accomplished all-rounder, a fast bowling all-rounder at that. So, but the reasons given by Australian team was that they wanted someone in the middle order who could bat at over 150 strike rate in a T20I game, and Perry does not fit in there. Talking about over 150 strike rate and the middle order, we are reminded of the Indian team, and we failed to do that in all the three games against South Africa. We lost 3-0 in the ODI series, and it's again the failure of the number 4, 5, 6, 7 to come good and take us through the end. And how much are we missing now? Dhoni, Raina, and Yuvraj. We still haven't found good replacements, have we? And for me, the standout moment in that game, of course, was Virat Kohli, who looked set for another 100. And I think I was just so much nervous. I was not even messaging my cousins, my friends, and anyone. I was like, this shit. It looked to be in good touch. The old school form. He was rotating the strike, getting runs at will. And I was like, dude, this guy's going to get 100 today. At around 65, when I thought he looks set, I just thought I'll go around, go to the living room and tell my parents to switch on the TV because he's going to get 100. And I think I messaged my cousins the same minute, and he was gone in a few minutes' time. Probably jinxed him again. So let's see. The wait continues for me and other Virat fans. I mean, the 71st 100 ka wait continues. Let's see. But even after that, it's interesting to know that in 15 ODI innings, in his previous 15 ODI innings, he's got 950 plus scores, and this is at a time when people say he's out of form. So quite a interesting thing to note that as great batsmen, you set your own standards of greatness and then you are judged against them. The same happened with Sachin in some of his years. And let's see what Virat can come up with in the next few games. Well, that's all for me from this edition. Do like, do share, do subscribe, and keep writing in. Thank you.